I'll bite them back. What's cracking, YouTube? I am back for another episode of some corn harvest. Let's start it off right here with some influencer. Look at there. Please go fund me to help me fix up my farm. Yeah, I accidentally left the gate cracked open. A whisker wasn't paying attention while I was getting the dryer started and getting going. What we got going on today, YouTube, is get these wagons emptied and then get the cart. We had a cart this morning, had to put a plug in the tire, and so I'll get the cart back to West Rock and get the combine down to the next customer and the wagons over to the next customer. We got a run of some good weather ahead of us. We had a run of some bad weather. We had you can see, you know, there's lots of snow around me. We had almost a week of just wet weather. So it allowed us to get a lot of work done in the shop to try and play catch up. My wife hates that. We're never caught up.
I don't sound like that.
But let us get a bunch of work done in the shop. So now it's back to corn harvest. We're going to move from Gary's down to Jeff's today. And in the next couple days, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. But if we get a good start today, maybe throughout the weekend we can get him wrapped up and then on to our own. And Brandon and his guys got the dry-bin trucked out. And so now it's empty the wet bin and start refilling the wet bin and refilling the whole system, and then move the auger over there and empty the system, and one more time, you know, 2 more times of that, and we should be done with our own corn. So, but yeah, so I just wanted to let the dryer get a couple cycles going of pulling corn out of the bin and just get everything going after a big cold wet event. You don't know what's going to be froze up, and so I'll clean up my mess and get these wagons emptied, and we'll get on our way. If I was 20 years younger and gonna go into the custom work more heavily, I would probably get myself a 24-row 15-inch corn head. That way it doesn't matter whose field you go into, what spacing they use, anything, you're always on the right row. Stock quality seems fairly okay this year, so you can go a little crooked here and grab some stuff. I just go slow, getting crossways here just to get myself into the field. I don't know. Everybody's got their own little tips and tricks and stuff like that, but this works good for me here on this particular field. Got one row that isn't chopping. Something happened to the gear there. We'll look into that later. We'll get that fixed up for next year. Well, this little field's underway, and I opened up around here so then I can take the grain cart and sneak around if we have to fill wagons instead of going on the road over 100 feet and back off the road. Just a little safer, you know, kind of, even though the roads are quiet today, all it takes is that one person. But this hybrid, I gotta find out what hybrid this is, because this is very tough thrashing. The other hybrids we were on, it's kind of funny when you go from company to company, or even within the same brand of seed, the different hybrids. So the hybrids we were just on, that one you had the concave fairly open, super slow, and it just fell right off the cob. And now this hybrid here, or maybe it's just this field, boy, I had to bring that cylinder down like 6 millimeters and add 100 RPM to it to clean up the loss. Like, holy moly, you don't see that very often. Oh boy, the utility tractor is here. Well, we'll unload on him. Karen should be here in a minute, and then him and Karen, he can leave the tractor and then go get my pickup and bring that back. I think Dad thinks this is pretty amazing. When he was young, in the old dairy barn that was there, in the wintertime, when the snow got too deep for the ground drive manure spreader to work, they had that bucket on a dolly, on a rail system that you shoveled the manure into that, and then you walked that out and up the ramp and dumped it on the hay rack, and then had horses. And so Dad always laughs. He had auto steer long before anybody thought of auto steer, because once you had the horses pointed in the right direction, then you could hook the reins on the wagon, and then you shoveled the manure back off. And now he gets to tinker around with a fully electronic tractor with satellites, and it's amazing how things change. He's messing with the scale, so I'll go get him the cable to hook up to the scale. Well, we traded places. I just got Andrew loaded on his truck, and so I wait for that light to go off, like right now, and then I zip ahead and pick my line, and then I set my speed, and I pick my speed, and then he moves forward and back to fill the cart. Somehow and then sooner or later we look like professionals trying to do this. Hopefully Jeff gets back with his wagons, with my wagon soon, so then we can fill him up and he'll turn right around, and by the time Andrew gets back, hopefully we'll have enough for him as well. These are some really long rows. I mean, you got an easy half mile, if not more, and so it's just go round and around, and it goes pretty quick. The cart gets full pretty quick that way. I love these tractors, the CVT for grain cart, you can't beat it. I got a cruise for under the combine, so when I get under, when we're unloading on the go, I just hit SV2, cruise control 2, and that's our speed that we unload at the go at. And then I can use SV1. I got it a couple miles an hour faster for trying to catch up to the combine or get to the other headland. And then when I go to pull out on the road, I switch to pedal mode, and then I can just use the foot pedal to control the transmission and zip out on the road quick. And then while at the truck, then you just tap the pedal, creep ahead a bit, let off the pedal, stop, you know, and it just, what an absolute dream. What an absolute dream. What a gorgeous day. Look at the sunshine. My truck's at 39 degrees on the way over here. It's like, holy cow. This is like July all over again. Look how pretty that is, opening up a cornfield. Just pretty. Just pretty. Well, that's a wrap, folks. We, the elevator had a breakdown, and imagine that, a grain handling system having a hiccup. Stupid grain handling systems. So we're gonna quit right there so we can unhook the cart from the Massey. So just in case, because of Thanksgiving's tomorrow, just in case they can't get running on Friday, we can take the combine and my 2 wagons. So my Timmy field is you go half mile and a mile and a half mile. So it's basically right there. And so if they can't get running on Friday, then we'll just take the combine and the wagons over to the other field, and I'll just combine the wagons full and run and dump, and then combine the wagons full and run and dump kind of deal. Yeah, fun. So I hope by the time you guys watch this, you've had a very good Thanksgivings. Thank you very much for joining me.